So I finally tried the Black Ops 7 beta. I'm sure this was something that most of you were expecting because I was pretty much just dogging on the game because I didn't like the whatever attempt they were doing at Call of Duty Next. None of the trailers were winning me over. The people that they were hiring to hype up the game, the content creators, none of them were doing what they needed to do to get to thread the needle, get people excited. But the beta was basically their last chance, and they almost had me, like very close. I was getting used to the wall jump movement, which honestly just felt like if you want to play classic Call of Duty, stay in open areas. If you want a little taste of Black Ops 3, just hug a wall. That's pretty much how it honestly felt for me. But yeah, they almost got me, but man, was the game like it became so noticeable with the skill-based matchmaking as I kept playing and I was waiting. I'm like, maybe they toned it down like they always will to like get people to, drop their guard. And no, this game, it's maybe because I haven't played in such a while and I don't have like a lot of hours logged into since Black Ops Cold War, and even then I didn't even prestige once or even made it to a high enough level. So maybe I didn't have enough to work with. So it did give me some, chill matches for me to actually try out weapons and everything, because I was trying, one of the base weapons, and as soon as I was given the ability to be able to customize weapons, I started using an LMG and still performing pretty well. And like I said, I was able to experiment, and it felt like, okay, cool, maybe what other people are saying is not here. But no, after like 56, basically an hour into the matches, the skill-based matchmaking kicked in so hard that the last match I played was on, I don't even know the name of the map, but basically we were playing domination, and pretty much within a minute I only managed to capture A, run to the other side, did a poor attempt at capturing C, and within that short time frame the other team had finally already gotten all the high score streaks. And pretty much I just kept hearing, I don't know, that weird drone that just seems to always seek out. I was hearing that for like 7-8 times in a row. They got the little rolly things going. I don't know, like all the high-end score streaks, a dog, everything was just being spammed within the span of 1 minute of me being into the match. And I was just trying to test out the shotgun. So just from that match alone, it just like kicked in like, yeah, no, I am not giving Activision any of my money or time at this point. And it was funny because I was having a good amount of time, like just actually having fun. As soon as the skills-based matchmaking kicked it to like that high-ass gear, luckily for me, also my connection was just fine. I saw Blink True's video how his was at like 150, 10% packet loss. That did not happen to me. I was at a consistent 20, 30, ping with 0 packet loss. So luckily my connection was just fine. I don't have to like be like, oh, the connection is horrible and it's ruining. No, and that's the thing too. It's just the skill-based matchmaking at this point. I'm pretty sure maybe I wasn't paying attention because the matches were starting pretty fast. I don't think the lobbies were disbanding in the beta, as far as I can tell. I was constantly just in, editing classes. So I really don't think, I wasn't sure if it was disbanding a lobby and it just found me in another one pretty quickly. But the skill-based matchmaking, as I kept playing, was getting so sweaty that eventually people were just not even moving anymore. In one match, we were playing team deathmatch, and on this exact map, everyone was just hiding on the left side of the map because that's where all the cover was. They were just head glitching and just staying there. And I was just trying to get 6 kills with the sniper rifle for like the daily challenge that was there, because one of the things I want to do before I call it quits with this game and the beta in general, I just want to use a Peacekeeper one last time. But like I said, it was such a sweat fest. I backed out. I played another match. It was okay. We still lost, but whatever. And then, like I said, the last match I played was that one where it was just such a sweat fest to the point that I just could not tolerate it anymore. It became unbearable with how sweaty it was. Like I said, within 1 minute, the other team already got all the high-end score streaks. And all I managed to do was just capture A, run to the other side, try to capture half of C, died, and suddenly now there's high score streaks like the Swarm and all this other stuff just everywhere. And dude, if I want, like, basically it just felt like I was playing or I was playing what's it called, casually, and somehow the game bugged out and just queued me up for a competitive match instead. That's what it felt like. It stopped being fun, and I just, like I said, wanted to test all the weapons, because if I was gonna enjoy this game, I at least want to do the dark matter challenge or whatever weapon challenges, because that's usually what I do. But it's pretty obvious I'm gonna spend $70 on this game to basically be forced to only play the same weapons as everyone else. The time to kill seems to be, pretty fast. Maybe they can tone it down a bit, but as far as I can tell, I was always going for headshots before body shots, so maybe that's why it just, the time to kill felt okay. But maybe they might have to give it the Black Ops 4 one, just to make sure, because a lot of people seem to just head glitch and just go do body shots, and it takes like 3 to 4 bullets to kill someone depending on the weapon. But like I said, the time to kill is just too fast, and I know this game already has fast movement, but like I said, it's just, I don't know, it wasn't a fun experience. That's what I'm just gonna keep going back at it. It was fun at first for the first 30, 40, 50 minutes, but it was like the second I was starting to enjoy myself, the game pretty much gave me a reality call and just gave me some of the sweatiest matches imaginable. And I was about so close to being like, you know what, screw this game, I'm just going to erase it. But unfortunately, well, I don't know why I'm saying unfortunately. That's the only thing, the skewer, that's what it was called, by the way. Good thing I have the gameplay showing. I'm not going to do a live thing because I was just sounding frustrated the whole time. Well, I mean, not at first. If you go on my Twitch stream and the VOD, you're going to just see how my tone just slowly changed from having a lot of fun to being so frustrated that I was just, like, I was trying my best, but unfortunately, yeah, they need to address it or something. Because if they just launched a game like this, for the people that bought Black Ops 6, it's just a glorified DLC, overpriced. Whether you get it, digitally, physically, or through Game Pass, it's a glorified DLC. And for someone like me, who hasn't played Call of Duty since Cold War and wanted to give them one final chance, this final chance, all it tells me is, yeah, don't even bother giving them another chance. Nothing's changed. They can add a wall jump, they can add new weapons, they can add maps. And that was the thing too, that was the thing that I was just clenching to, was just that, there are some maps from Black Ops 2 that they say they might bring over, and it was like the island map, it was like that stadium rock concert map, Magma. There was a lot of maps that I was just like, maybe they can bring it back and, as a final hurrah, because the gameplay is fine. I'm not, like, that's the funny thing, is this game feels fine. It's fun. The maps are somewhat good. Some of them, they advertise the whole wall jumping thing, and it's very niche at times, because sometimes there's just ceilings everywhere, or there's no benefit to wall jumping from time to time. But like I said, this game has potential to be really fun. It's just the skill-based matchmaking is what's setting it back. Because the second you start to pop off and you start enjoying yourself and having fun, yeah, this game will punish you hardcore for it. And, I just don't see myself wanting to, like I said, I got lucky and managed to get a, beta code. I got 3 of them, actually. 2 of them through a friend, and then the third one through the Twitch drop, and I gave them to other people. I gave one to my little brother as well. Well, one to some random, because I didn't think the code would work. One to my brother, and they confirmed it worked, and then the Twitch drop, which is how I managed to play it. But honestly, it's just not something I want to commit to. It's, like I said, my connection was fine, the gameplay was fine and everything, but I just don't want to. I just want to be able to just enjoy my, the guns that I get to use, experiment, because I don't want it to just be, oh, I won one match and now I'm dealing with some of the sweats, the biggest sweats imaginable. Because, yeah, it's just, that's all it is. Like, really, in reality, it is the skill-based matchmaking. I really thought, maybe some people are just over-exaggerating it, but there's no exaggeration to it in general. It's just, yeah, the skill-based matchmaking, if they don't tone it down or get rid of it finally, like, they can keep disbanding lobbies, but if they don't tone down the skill-based matchmaking, this game's not gonna last. And like I said, they can't afford. I don't know why they're like so fixated on skill based matchmaking, saying it does player retention. I was the second I was like getting frustrated and be like, okay, I've played enough. I'm just gonna go ahead and use whatever footage I had, make clips, and that's it until zombies tomorrow. Hopefully, I was only playing for an hour and a half. An hour and a half and 30 minutes of that was just me messing with my settings. So I only played for 1 hour of gameplay, lobby sitting, customizing weapons. Within 1 hour, I was already burnt out, and I'm just like, yeah, no, all my matches are just gonna be super sweaty, and I'm not having fun. I'm backing out. So yeah, there's that skill-based matchmaking. It doesn't work. They tested it with Modern Warfare 2019. They've been testing it day and day, but it's not gonna work. If they don't take it out soon before the final release, or they address that, for the beta, they're going to just turn it off or tone it down majorly. Yeah, this game's not going to make it at all. They're going to just straight up give Battlefield 6 the win without them even doing anything. I mean, they already teased them with that live action trailer. They had a beta that was basically ongoing longer than this one will. Like I said, with Battlefield, I kind of regret not getting enough footage because I was playing that game so much, having so much fun. But Black Ops 7, I honestly, within 1 hour, I'm already burnt out. I just want to play zombies and that's it. And honestly, they should just give me the option to just buy zombies separately, because I'm not going to spend $70 on this game. And, I know they're going to... I already know they're just sweet talking us at first, but I know they're just going to start throwing so many crazy bundles and whatnot. And like I said, it's just, yeah, I don't know what they're doing. It's just a colossal mess. I almost was going to make a video too. If I would have stopped at the 30, 45 minute mark, I would have been like, oh, those people that are hating on this game are just, maybe they're not as good as they used to be, or what. No, I felt it firsthand. Eventually, I was just dealing with people corner camping, just sliding all over the place, camping, and it just got annoying because it was like, I'm just trying to just see how each weapon handles. I want to actually learn the map, but here I am dealing with people that are so sweaty that I have to constantly be on edge, and even if I win, I don't have fun. That's the funny thing is just overall fun factor, there is none. I had to stop, and I'm probably just gonna go ahead and finish dying like the beast, while also probably giving the finals another fair go, because at least even if I did lose, the destruction, the unpredictability, the randomness of that game is just what I needed. And again, here's another situation where Battlefield 6 is going to get the win. Ubisoft would have had the win as well, but those dumbasses are instead, pretty much dropped X Defiant and hyped up Rainbow Six Siege. No one cares about that game anymore. So here they go. Again, they were given a win, and they don't even get to benefit from it. They don't even have to spend any money for this kind of victory. They screwed themselves over, but again, that's only because Activision does not want to budge. A bunch of suits that don't play video games are the reason that this game is just this franchise is just pretty much gonna die. People that didn't even grow up on this franchise, I'm not talking about the players. I'm talking about the actual like rich people suits, the ones that are just trying to maximize profits. Those people did not build this franchise. The community did, and those suits are implementing things that are just pushing the community away. And like I said, look at the Twitch viewership for this game. Look at the Steam player count. I know people aren't going to count those, but those should be way higher considering how much trouble people were going through just to get a beta code and pre-ordering and all that other stuff. The fact that you get a free code through Xfinity, all of that, like I said, it was possible, but for me, I'm checked out. I managed to get an hour's worth of footage. I'll go through them, make clips, just to kind of be the content creator that I am. But I'm just gonna be giving zombies a fair go. They can't screw that up, because that'd be funny if they just put in skill-based matchmaking and suddenly the zombies are just sliding all over the place as well while they're smacking me. But I don't see that happening. Or at least I hope not. But yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment what you thought about the Black Ops 7 beta if you're going to try it. If you're not and you're just going off the footage you're seeing now, trust me, your results may vary, because if you're not a good Call of Duty player, you're probably going to get the lobbies that, the casual lobbies that where everyone seems to enjoy themselves. If you're somewhat decent, you're going to end up like me, where your lobbies are going to get so sweaty, you're going to slowly feel the pressure of having to sweat every match and not being able to actually have fun. Anyways, follow my Twitch as well, since that's where I'll be streaming, and join my Discord. Other than that, see you later, everyone.